Hi guys, my name is Alex. I am a sex coach and welcome back to another episode of Sex Coach Answering Questions on the Internet, specifically Reddit questions on the r sex subreddits. So I'm going to go through a few of these questions, answer them to the best of my ability, and hopefully teach some of you guys how to have better sex or how to work things out in your sexual relationships, because there's going to be a lot of that in here, okay? So if you're into that, then continue watching. Alright, question number 1. How to tell my not a boob guy boyfriend that I like having my boobs sucked. So basically they are just saying in their question that that's what they like. They like boob play and their boyfriend doesn't really do it, seems to ignore the boobs more than they would like. And I would say that all you have to do is talk to them about it and tell them that that's what you want. Tell them that turns you on. Tell them specifically what to do. You know, some people will go about the communication thing all wrong and they'll say, you know, like, oh, I like when you touch my boobs, but they don't actually emphasize that I love when you touch my boobs, or I specifically want you to do this with them. I specifically want you to touch them here or grab them like this. They just kind of, when they talk about sex, they'll just be like kind of embarrassed almost to admit what they like during sex and just say, yeah, I guess I kind of like this touched, and you can do it if you want to, and if not, it's okay. No, you have to specifically go in there with intent of getting your boyfriend or whoever it is, whoever your sexual partner is, to do the things you like, and you have to be more specific and tell them that that's truly what you're looking for in sex, and it would enhance your sexual experience. So just be direct, be communicative, and yeah, go from there. Question number 2. This is an interesting one. I don't understand why guys try so hard not to finish when it's a huge turn on to do so prematurely. So we hear messages all over the place that premature ejaculation is the worst thing ever, that it's horrible, it's going to ruin your sex life. If you don't have sex for 30 minutes to an hour, then you are a beta male loser that is going to have terrible sex all the time, no matter what. And there are even products out there, obviously everyone knows that, there are products out there designed to try to make you last longer in bed. There are programs, I have made videos on how to make people last longer in bed, because everyone wants to last longer. The thing with this question is they are coming from the angle of a blowjob. So this person, this female, is giving their partner a blowjob and he prematurely ejaculates. And so the issue is not necessarily with premature ejaculation, it's when it's unwanted premature ejaculation, basically. So if you are a man and you're trying to prolong the sexual experience, or you know that your partner wants a longer sexual experience, and then you're prematurely ejaculating, yeah, that's going to be an issue. That's going to be something to solve. If you are so into it and so passionate and so in the moment, or that blowjob is just so damn good that it causes you to ejaculate and you wanted to because it feels so good, then that's not necessarily a problem. It's just that framing of whether you want to premature ejaculate or not. So a short sexual experience, there's nothing wrong with that if it is filled with passion and stimulation. I have had extremely quick sexual experiences where my partner had an orgasm in 30 seconds of the penetrative sex. So it doesn't really matter the timing. If anything, variety and timing is going to be better than just the same old thing every single time, but it's truly where the framing lies. So if the ejaculation is unwanted, if it's too soon for that person, how they feel, then yeah, it's going to be a problem. If it's just explosive sex and causes you to orgasm right away, nothing wrong with that, especially if your partner knows that and you tell them like, dang, that was just so good, I couldn't even contain myself. Because that, like this person said, is going to be a turn on, going to be sexy, and they're going to feel pretty accomplished by doing that. Question number 3. Can straight men wear sexy underwear? You can wear whatever the hell you want. What is it? I don't get it. So this person says, why does it seem that the majority of sexy underwear designed for men are referred to as gay underwear? And I'm just thinking, is it? I don't know. I've never heard that before. Possibly it is, but not in my experience. Wear whatever the hell you want. Who cares? If your sexual partner thinks that your underwear is gay, then it's their problem, really, not yours. Question number 4. Girlfriend wants to peg me. So basically this person goes into saying that they're kind of into this fetish type stuff. They're with an amazing girlfriend, and the girlfriend has the idea that this person wants to get pegged. And they're worried. They're worried, should I do it? Does it make me gay? Is it a weird thing to do? Is it crazy to want that? And I would just say no. any fetish, any kink, any desire you have in sex is fine, as long as it's not hurting people, putting people in danger, or has to do with children, because that would be awful. But I digress. If you want to get pegged, just do it and try it. If you have this amazing partner that's into it and willing to do it, then that's even better. Just discuss these things, talk about them, get comfortable with the idea of discussing them, and what that'll do is get you more comfortable with the idea of doing it in person. So if you talk about these things, it's going to alleviate any anxieties you may have about trying it during a sexual experience, which is why communicating in sex is so important and so good, and why everyone should do it all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but you know, a good amount of time. Question number 5. Question about libido. I have really high libido and both love sex and have been naturally gifted in it. Nice. I guess he's naturally gifted in being passionate, immersed in the experience, mentally stimulating, so good for him. Is it worth it to settle for a partner with not as high a libido, or are there women with crazy high sex drives as well? I have been with some partners that can go all day and others that differ, so I think he just answered his question himself. There are going to be women that can match his libido. He already knows that. He's experienced women that can go all day, and then he's experienced some women that don't want to do it. And then vice versa, I will say, for women, there will be guys with differing levels of sexual libido, sexual drive. There's this common misconception that every guy just wants sex all the time, and it's not how it is. Humans are different. We vary in the amount of sex we want, and this can be a pretty big point in your relationship, a contentious point in your relationship if you have mismatched sex drives, because one person then is not getting satisfied as much as they would like, and they might want to get that satisfaction elsewhere, and that's not going to be a good thing. So yes, I would say it's ideal to have a pretty equal sex drive. If you guys are a little bit off, you can work that out. I would also say that you don't have to have sex all the time, every single day, 24/7, 3 or 4 times a day. Often, if you wait and you are patient, great things happen, because you are more horny, you are more into it, more aroused when the sex actually does happen. So if you're with someone that you truly love, that are amazing, that have this incredible personality, you guys connect on such a deeper level, but your sexuality is a little bit mismatched, then I think it might be worth it to cut back a little bit or have more sex in order to stay with that person. So it all depends on your situation, depends on a lot of factors. Really, all the answers to all of the questions on the internet about sex are to ask your partner, communicate with your partner, because they are going to be the best source of information about sex, about how to be better at sex. So talk about it, work it out, but yes, there will be women that will match your level of libido. I would say it's ideal to be with someone that is similar to your sex drive, but if you're a little bit off, but everything else is amazing, then you can make it work. That's basically it. Situationally dependent. Finally, question number 6. What is the next step in a sexual relationship after touching each other? So they basically say that one is a virgin, one is not, and they've kind of done a little cuddling, a little touching of the private parts, nothing further than that, and they even go in their questions saying that the first date they just did a little bit of kissing, the second date they made out a little bit, a date after that they started cuddling, touching private areas, that kind of stuff. And to me, I'm thinking just keep going with that natural progression. You guys are naturally evolving into more and more sexual things, so there doesn't need to be any pressure, any anxiety on what needs to happen next. It will happen naturally. You guys don't need to overthink these things, and a lot of the time people get into trouble with relationships, with dating, with sex, because they're overthinking everything. They're putting meaning into every little thing their partner does, or they're thinking that my technique has to be perfect, or else this person's going to leave me, I'm going to lose them forever, and they just get in their head, and it's all anxiety, it's all the stress, and it just kind of ruins the relationship. It ruins the fun and the allure of sex, and sex should be fun. It shouldn't be full of pressure, and just keep going at your natural progression, and you'll be fine. Trust me. If things seem to stagnate, they seem awkward, then maybe you can push it further, but I think the way that this person's going, it's going to naturally happen when it happens, and that's just basically it. You don't need to force anything. Do what you want. As long as it's consensual, you're good. Alright, that'll do it for me in this episode of Reddit questions, sex questions on Reddit answered by a sex coach, I guess. Great title for the series, I know. I'm extremely creative with this kind of stuff. Hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed it, hope you found it informative. Thank you so much for watching, I truly appreciate it. Go out there and have amazing sex. Question number 1. How do I tell my not boob... How to tell my not boob guy